Hello folks, and welcome back to Let's Play a horrible spoopy game called Tokyo Dark, where we're going to enter this bar. Now we need to go back and talk to the old lady, I think, that gave us the mask after finding the rather brutally mutilated, maimed corpse of Hibashi, killed by Rainer, no doubt. Oh, I've got to go to Kamakura. This ain't going to be good. Last time I was there, I knocked out the station dude. I wonder if he's going to have a bruise on his face. I can't go in there, so... Whoops. Yeah, I'm a bad person. That dead crow's gone. And we can't go to the shrine, so it just looks like we're going to go to the old lady's gaff. Oh, we can enter. Don't even have the option to knock. It's just, we're going to let ourselves in. I told you to stay away from my family. Don't drag my grandchildren into this any more than you already have. Stay back. I have a question about the Kemenkai, the group your daughter and son-in-law were a part of. You're the only one alive who'd remember. Kemenkai? I don't know anything about it. Leave me! Grandma, enough. Listen to yourself. Do you even realise you're lying anymore? Takashi told us everything. And you, Ito, just because this investigation is important to you, doesn't give you the right to barge in here. Your grandma and I need to talk. If it upsets you, maybe you should go. No, I'm not going anywhere. This is the house I grew up in. It's as much mine as it is Grandma's. If you have something to say, you can say it in front of me. Only a little while ago I found out my parents died in some cult and no one even knows why. You think hearing that was easy for me? I want to help you, Ito, but all the deceit and lies are starting to hurt people. What I'm chasing is so much worse. Tell that to the poor man in the station. He's in the hospital now, terrified out of his wits. People aren't only here to be used for information and then thrown away while you move on. They have lives too. And bringing up the past can hurt. Surely all of you people understand that. I do, but ignoring the past won't make it go away, and there's unfinished business from the Kamenkai that needs to be taken care of. But what's left to talk about? Everyone's dead, right? I promise to talk to you about all this later. For now, let me and the detective talk. Go on. You were cooking us dinner, weren't you? All right. We'll talk about this later. But I'll be in the other room if you need me. So, you found me out. Now that mine knows, I suppose there's no point in keeping it a secret any longer. The truth is, my daughter would never have joined the Kemenkai if it weren't for me. I convinced her and her husband to join. I was already a member. At the time I joined, my husband had left me and I'd lost my job, suddenly leaving me a single, unemployed mother who could barely support her daughter. That's when Tokimasa found me and told me that the society that stigmatized and shunned me was a fiction and great machine to be fought, and that my very soul was at stake. Of course, he used me as he did everyone else. I desperately wanted to hear that my struggles weren't my fault. They stole everything from me, my youth, my mind, and my child. Then one day, in 1996, they all died. The cause of death was buried and no autopsies were performed. Or, if they were hidden. Why? That's simple. The government didn't care about some dead cultists in the woods and covered it up so the papers wouldn't sensationalize their deaths. That's it? After everything I've found, you expect me to believe that? 12 people died that day and no one knows why. What happened? Tell me the truth. You want to know what happened so badly? Fine, I'll tell you. They died for nothing, following in the footsteps of a madman who believed that life was an illusion. As words of other compounds and other groups being raided spread, Tokimasa began warning us that the end was near. He believed the world was collapsing, and it was time for him and his followers to abandon the flesh and find purity among the gods. My Emiko, she didn't die from some conspiracy. She chose death because she no longer had an anchor to reality, and it was my fault. Beyond that, I don't know what happened to them. No, you do know something. In the report it says after the officers cleared the bodies they found the mask. The same one you handed to me 6 months ago. Huh? That? Tokimasa would always keep it to himself, saying it granted him sight into the realm of the kami. I needed it. You don't understand. It allowed us to see strange things and people who were gone. The guru was a fool, a fake, but the mask was real. There was a rumor that the cult members were killed by one of their own. Surely you didn't. No, you don't understand. I would never kill my own child. I didn't take the mask, it was given to me. One day, a man, some journalist or other, showed up at my door carrying the mask. I couldn't believe it. I begged him for it, and he stood there, smiling at me. His eyes were like none I had ever seen. It was strange. All he wanted in exchange for the mask was a picture of Emiko. When I joined the cult, I was forced to give up my possessions and only had the one left. But I gave it to him nevertheless. I thought if I had the mask I could find her, that maybe she would forgive me. As soon as I had it in my hands, my mind opened. I could hear her voice. So, you went into the sewers chasing after her, thinking you could save her? Takashi told you that as well, did he? Yes, it's true. Emiko was crying out to me, begging me to find her and free her from a dark place. I would have given anything to hold her in my arms again and plead her forgiveness. I don't care if you don't believe me. But just like that, Tanaka was calling out to me. I do believe you. We're probably some of the few people left alive who know what the mask is capable of. If you really thought I'd help you find her, then why'd you give it to me? Because I was wrong. At first I only followed the whispers, then I found myself in a strange labyrinth, chasing after her shade. Then the days bled together. I lost track of my grandchildren, of the shrine. It was an illusion. No matter how hard I tried, I never found her. I only became more and more disconnected from the world around me. I descended into madness. I was being used again, just as Tokimasa had used me so many years before. I tried getting rid of it, throwing it away, burning it. None of it mattered. It always came back. And when I did, the visions and whispers only got worse. So I put it out of my mind and tried as best I could to live a life of solitude and ignore the screams of my daughter. Then you came. And when you did, the mask was screaming out in voices I'd never heard before. I thought it was a sign, so I gave it to you. I didn't even have time to breathe out a sigh of relief before I heard a gunshot ring out. No one else ran to it. I think I was the only one who knew that sound for what it was. I thought the mask was punishing me once again by taking Maya away from me. Instead, it had passed tragedy to another. I'm sorry. Perhaps the knowledge of the mask should die with us. There is one other person who knows about the mask. A girl named Raina. Does that name mean anything to you? No, I don't know anybody by that name. Do you expect me to know everyone who's been touched by the mask? No, but you were involved with a group that worshipped it. Are you sure you're telling me everything? Yes. What good will accusing an old woman do? Unless you're chasing someone too. That must be it. Mai told me you lost someone, your partner in the police. Is that right? If I'm right, then I suggest you stop your search. The place I was shown by the mask was not meant for the living. I barely escaped with my life. Stop while your mind and body remain intact. Too late for that, Christ. We got the police on our ass now. What if I told you there was another option? What other option? In the months since I first met you, I've had time to examine the ancient texts in this shrine, and as the mask grew further away, it loosened its grip on my mind. I knew then it would someday make its way back to me, so I became determined to find a way to protect myself and my grandchildren from its influence. The darkness of the Kamenkai and its ritual object are but manipulations used to sever our connection with what is truly divine. The mask breeds darkness. Dark forces can invade all manner of living and non-living things, driving them to violence or death. That which is evil cannot be used or tolerated. It must be destroyed. It is the only way to save us from its grip. Destroy the mask? I thought you just said it couldn't be done. Not physically. Grandma, is everything all right? I overheard you talking about the mask again. Yes, dear, but you needn't worry. In fact, it's good you're here, as this talk involves you. Mai, you've trained in exorcism and purification rituals for quite some time, haven't you? Such a ritual could purify the mask and turn it into a mere piece of wood, given we gather the right materials, of course. I can tell from the look in your eyes that you think me to be senile, but I'm quite serious. Even modern rituals have ancient roots, and with enough conviction they are still capable of great power. Before I was content to die as long as the mask didn't hurt my children, as I was too feeble to do what was necessary myself. But now, seeing you here, I see a second chance to do what is right. If you truly do know what the mask is, then you must help me destroy it. Slow down. I didn't come here to be involved in a ritual or exorcism or whatever you call it. I only want the truth about the Kamenkai, which you still haven't given me. You're a stubborn one, aren't you? So be it. I can see there is only one way to change your mind. The only trace of what happened that day would be at the Kamenkai compound itself. The records of its location are lost and they were never made public, but I know where it is. What's the catch? Go there and search for your truth. See what worshipping the mask has wrought. When you return, you'll help me destroy it. What makes you so confident I'll change my mind? I went back once, years ago. In all honesty, I'm not sure why. Perhaps to remind myself of my sins. What I saw and felt in that place, it was tainted by darkness and death. Those two things are all the mask will afford you. There is something else. I had a feeling you'd say that. The heavy, unnatural air I felt when I returned to the compound, it had the same stench, the same quality of the tunnels where I searched for Emiko. Sounds like a superstition to me. So what exactly is it you want in exchange for the information? I believe the energies of the mask and that place are linked. I want you to bring something back from there. Anything. It may help in the ritual. Looking for the truth will not bring you peace, detective. Puring the mask very well might. Remember that. The compound is in the forest of Akiogahara. Akiogahara? Hey! That's the Suicide Forest! Suicide Forest. What a dreadful name. Though I suppose those woods have seen their fair share of tragedy and death. Ito, you can't just go charging in there, it's dangerous. What if you get lost? GPS doesn't work in there, and I heard even compasses won't point north. Not only that, but, well, a lot of people go there to die. I don't think you should go. You two keep talking about that mask like it's some evil spirit causing you pain, but I think the pain you're feeling isn't caused by a mask, it's just you. So many nights after the girl died in the shrine, I had nightmares. Every corner I went around, I thought I'd see her there. It wasn't a ritual or a charm that made me better, though. I just stopped listening to the fear. I confronted it. When you took me to see Takashi, that was the first time I'd left Kamakura since April. It's embarrassing to admit it, but I was scared. And yeah, Takashi telling me all that stuff about Mum and Dad was scary, but it was the truth. I wasn't hiding from some demon I'd invented myself. Anyway, I know you might not listen to me, but I don't think you should put yourself in danger just so you can keep chasing your demons. Maybe you're right, but some demons have a way of spreading to others. Seeing the Kamenkai compound is something I have to do. Well, it's your choice, but Akiogahara is huge. How are you going to find one compound? Mai makes a good point. It's been a long time. Are you sure you remember where it is? Of course I do. I know what you two must think of me, but I'm not senile. It's a hike away from a bus stop on the outskirts of Narusawa. We used to go into town occasionally for supplies. Several miles away from the bus stop, there's a clearing and a path there, used time to time by the Forest Service. I'll draw you a map before you leave. It continues for quite some time and eventually it will be blocked off. Keep going forward and don't turn back or leave the path. The forest can play tricks on you. Supposing the path is still there, it seems pretty incredible to me that the compound would have been left alone all these years. It still stands. After all, why would they bother to go and dismantle it? Go, search for whatever truth you'll think you'll find. But be careful, detective. Do what must be done, then leave. Staying there is dangerous. I hope that once you enter that place and feel the energy I did, you'll have the sense to see what I never could. You understand, don't you? The mask must be purified. Arca comes first. It depends on what I find. You know, this mask is causing a lot of trouble for people. I think the right thing to do would be to purify it. So I understand. Good. I'll begin preparations for the ceremony regardless. Mai, see her out. My goodness me. She never said anything like that to me. You must have really scared her. Listen, I'll help you with this ritual because I think it'll help Grandma get better. But don't get yourself killed. I know in your eyes I'm probably just a kid, but I know how much it hurts to want the truth. Takashi obsessed over the past and I was miserable not knowing. Grandma almost went insane on top of that. Grandma said it herself, you're still young. You should forget all about this and start over. And you might not want to hear this, but listening to you two talk about masks and spirits, well, you sounded like that girl at the shrine. It scares me and it should scare you too. Take care of yourself, Ito. We're starting to sound like Reina, but there's gotta be some truth to it, surely. I guess we can leave now. Oh god, I don't want to... Akigahara. better known as the Suicide Forest despite its nickname. The volcanic earth it grows on makes the forest beautiful and green. Every year, however, large numbers of people wander in, intending to be their final resting place. Occasionally, authorities have to comb through it for new bodies. Ugh. I've heard about this place in, what was it? I think it was a podcast I was listening to. Oh boy. This ain't gonna be good, folks. We're going into the proverbial lion's den of horror. Finally, this must be the path old Kawana woman was talking about. If her story was true, all I need to do is follow it to find the Kamenkai's old compound. Let's hope it's that simple. No time to sit here and think it through. I need to get out of these woods before nightfall. Oh, sweet, buttery. Something's gonna get me. Something's gonna get me. The tension is too strong. Okay. Creepy music. Same map. Oh god, it's gonna do the... Oh no, I'm going around in circles. Okay. 3 statues covered in moss and undergrowth. It looks like one is missing. Ojizo-sama. Keep going. Oh what are we doing back here? Raina, what is she doing here? Huh? Where am I? No. Anywhere but here. I don't want to remember this. Why now? Ito, why do you come here? You've left me here to die again, haven't you? It was your fault this happened to me. You're selfish. You never cared what happened to anyone but yourself. People who get hurt along the way are just collateral damage. It's all about you and what you want. You. You're not looking for me. You only want to hurt the girl. To hurt the old woman. To see everyone who gets in your way suffer. No, that's not true. I would have done anything to change what happened to you. And make it go away. I can't bear to look anymore. Stop, make it stop. I don't want to remember. What a great idea. Remembering hurts, doesn't it? Let me take away all that pain. Let's forget together, Ayami-chan.
No. I'm not clicking on anything. I don't want to forget. What's going to happen if this all fills up? Let's just wait a second, folks, see what happens here. Let's forget together, everybody let's forget together. Let's forget together, let's forget together. By the way, hello Moto. Let's forget together now. I wonder if this actually will stop. What was it, this fun little painting? I wonder if the game will crash because it gets too much on there or something. I will probably speed this section up if nothing else happens. Nope, it's all filled up, okay, alright.
Let's forget together. Oh, that was it. Keep going. Oh, jeez, man. No. know Jesus armor statue. I feel a familiar presence as I pick it up. This mirror's the fog getting thicker. I've noticed the bodies up in the background. Them chills be reals, y'all. Maybe I should have went back. Another wake-up sequence. Was it all a dream? I don't think we'll be that lucky, folks. Huh? What? Oh, there's something fishy going on here. Geez, the way you were sleeping, I thought you'd never wake up. Huh? Where? Kazuki! Oh, thank goodness you're okay. I knew I'd find you. Find me? What are you talking about? I haven't gone anywhere. I saw you on the ground, Raina. She slit your throat. That must have been a hell of a nightmare you had. Nothing a good cup of coffee can't fix. Speaking of, I fixed the coffee machine so you can officially file that case as closed. Hey, you okay? You look a little out of it. Take your time getting ready. I'll be in the other room. Yeah, thanks, Kazuki. What is this? I was looking for something, wasn't I? I can't remember. My heart's beating a mile a minute. I can't shake this feeling of dread that's hanging in the air. This is real, right? I want it to be real. It's not real. Not real. It's not real. This is all fake. This is like 10 times fake. When I go into this living room, gore. Welcome back to the real world, sleepyhead. Huh? You're not dressed? You didn't forget about our picnic, did you? Picnic? We were going to have a picnic in the park and see the cherry blossoms, remember? I know it's not exactly traditional, but I figured we could grab a pizza on the way over too. Pizza. Damn it, now I'm hungry. It's an important time of year after all. Did you forget that too? Don't you remember when the cherry blossoms fell and you saved those 2 girls at the shrine? You're a hero. This is definitely some BS. Saved? No, I'm no hero. She died. I killed her. She's always trying to stop me from... Kazuki? Something doesn't feel right. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. Of course it is. We're together. The sun's out. We've got Lady Fluff. Nia? Isn't this what you wanted? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're losing some sanity, folks. With your parents gone, Lady Fluff and I are the only family you've got left. This is where you belong. And we love you, Ayami-chan. That's why you'll come with us. Come on, we've got to get going. Go? Where? Where are you taking me? Somewhere safe. Safe? Why? Where was I going? Where's the path? The path isn't for you. It leads to suffering. So let's leave the path and be happy forever. No. No. There's no picnic! Isn't this nice? We're all here like one big happy family. We don't need anyone else. 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 It's better this way. Stay here. Stay here. Stay here where it's safe. Stay here and rot, Ayami. Kazuki, what's the matter with you? Nothing is the matter. We're exactly where we need to be. This is all so wonderful. I've taken you somewhere safe, just like I promised. Far away from places you didn't belong. You'll stay here so you can't hurt anyone anymore. Free from all those pesky, painful memories. So, let's forget together. Lie down where it's comfortable and stay there forever and forever and ever and ever. No. Ignoring the pain won't make it go away. Kazuki wouldn't want me to forget. He'd tell me to keep on going. I know this place. I've been here before. It's drenched in the same suffering as before. Reina, why did you take me here? Why won't you leave me alone? Why do you want to hurt me so badly? Why did you come here? Don't make me remember. Stop. I've never felt Reina's presence so strongly before. If I didn't come to my senses, I might have... Why now? What's in this forest that she doesn't want me to see? We're gonna have to find out later, folks! Isn't that exciting? Look, they're just hanging around. Oh, that was so terrible. Oh, I feel like a bad human for that one. Oh. Right, anyway. I'm going to leave it there for now, folks. So I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Hit the bell for those notifications. And when we return, if I ever get the manly balls to do so, I will. I'm not going to leave this unfinished. Yeah, we'll continue adventuring through Suicide Forest. I think it's Aikihara. Aokihara. I can't pronounce it. I'm terrible. Aokigahara. There we go. Our sanity is crippled. Our professionalism is crippled. Our investigation is almost at 100. Our neuroses is negative 40. Mostly crippled. But yes. I hope to see you all again in the next installment of Tokyo Dark, where terror will continue to strike into the heart of this very weak-willed man. Bye-bye.